Hello everyone, welcome to New IAS Daily Current Affairs Program. Today is 28th March 2019 and the current affairs topics for today are Hubble Space Telescope, Base Erosion and Profit Shifting, International Labour Organization, Mission Shakti. For the map session, we will be dealing with Bosphorus Strait and last we have PQRS. So, coming to the very first topic, that is about Hubble Space Telescope. This was in news because for the first time the Hubble Space Telescope has beamed back images documenting the birth of a giant storm that happened on Neptune. So like Jupiter, it has got great red spot, and Neptune's great dark spots are storms that form from the areas of high atmospheric pressure, right? So whereas on Earth, storms form around areas of low pressure. So that's the difference between the storm on Earth and Neptune. Talking about Hubble Space Telescope, it is one of the largest and most versatile telescope in service, and this was launched into low Earth orbit in 1990 by NASA, and this has got 4 main instruments which observe in the near ultraviolet, visible and near infrared spectra, right? And it orbits outside the distortion of Earth's atmosphere, and it allows to take extremely high resolution images. So the astronomers use this telescope to peer deep into the cosmos, revealing the faraway solar systems as well as galaxies and black holes. So the observations of Hubble Space Telescope have led to breakthrough in physics, especially in the astrophysics, such as accurately determining the rate of expansion of universe. And this Hubble Space Telescope, it was built by NASA with contributions from European Space Agency, and this is the only telescope which is designated to be serviced in space by astronauts. And you have heard about James Webb Telescope. It will be the scientific successor of Hubble Space Telescope, and this is scheduled to be launched in March 2021. Alright, it is James Webb Space Telescope. Do make notes on that also. So that's about it, and moving to the next topic, it is about base erosion and profit shifting. So India and US have signed an intergovernment agreement on for the automatic exchange of country by country reports, which is a key step in making India compliant with the base erosion and profit shifting project. So what is this base erosion and profit shifting? It refers to a situation where the companies making profit in one jurisdiction shift them to countries with lower tax rates, taking advantages of gaps in tax laws. So usually a company has to pay tax for its profits or income, right? So this profit will be the tax base for the government, as tax is imposed as a percentage of this profit. So once this profit is shifted to other countries or tax haven countries, the tax base is eroded and there is no tax payment by the company in the concerned country. So the profit is shifted, right? So this situation, it is referred as base erosion and profit shifting. So this is a joint initiative by G20 countries and the OECD, and this project will be headed by the OECD Center for Tax Policy and Administration. This BEPS project, Base Erosion and Profit Shifting project, consists of about 15 action plan, and its major objectives include securing revenues by realigning the taxation laws with economic activities and value creation, and it creates single consensus based international tax rules, and it offers increased certainty and predictability to the taxpayers. That's about base erosion and profit shifting. Moving on to the next topic, it is about International Labour Organization. So ILO was formed in 1919 by the Versailles Peace Treaty, which ended the World War I. So ILO became the first specialized agency which is associated with UN. It is a specialized agency of UN, ILO, and it is referred as United Nations Agency for the World of Work. So the major work of ILO include it sets the international labor standards, it promotes rights at work, and it encourages decent employment opportunities, enhance protection, and it strengthens the dialogue on work-related issues. And at present, ILO has 187 member states. Now, talking about the organizational structure of ILO, it has got tripartite governing structure. Means like it represents the government, employers, and workers. It has got tripartite governing structure, and it is headquartered in Geneva, and the International Labour Conference, they meet once a year, and in 1988 the International Labour Conference adopted the Declaration on Fundamental Principles and Rights at Work. So this international organization of employers, it represents the interest of business in the labor and social policy, and this is involved in the activities of the International Labour Organization. So it describes itself as the largest network of private sector in the world, and it is the global voice of business, International Organization of Employers. Alright. So our next topic, it is about Mission Shakti. So Prime Minister addressed the nation to declare the success of Mission Shakti. Now what is this Mission Shakti? So India's test of an anti-satellite weapon which successfully destroyed a live satellite in the low Earth orbit. So India's anti-satellite, it destroyed a live low Earth orbit satellite, and this was launched from the Odisha's APJ Abdul Kalam Island, which was formerly known as Wheeler Island, and India became the fourth country after US, China, and Russia with the capability to destroy a low orbit satellite. So what is this anti-satellite? It is a missile that can destroy or jam an enemy country's satellite in space. So DRDO developed ballistic missile defense interceptor missile which successfully engaged an Indian orbiting target satellite in low Earth orbit in a hit-to-kill mode. So how can this anti-satellite be used in war? So as I said, this anti-satellite can be used to intercept and jam communication or military satellite of enemy countries in the time of war, and they can stop them from communicating with their soldiers. So this will be the use of anti-satellite. And what are these low Earth orbit satellites? These are satellites roughly about an altitude of 2000 km from the Earth, and it is the region where majority of satellites are concentrated. It is the low Earth orbit. So we'll talk about Outer Space Treaty also. It is a treaty which formed the basis of international space law. It was formerly known as the Treaty on Principles Governing the Activities of States in the Exploration and Use of Outer Space. So this include Moon and other celestial bodies also. So this Outer Space Treaty, it provides some basic framework on international space law, the exploration and use of outer space shall be carried out for the benefit and interest of all countries, and it should be for the benefit of mankind. Then outer space shall be free for exploration and it can be used by all states, and the state shall be liable for the damage caused by their space objects. Like that, many laws are given under this Outer Space Treaty. That's it. And moving to map aided program, today we'll be seeing the Bosphorus Strait. So in this figure you can see that it is a narrow strait which connects Black Sea and Sea of Marmara, right? Bosphorus Strait, it connects Black Sea and Sea of Marmara. So talking about this in detail, it is a natural strait and it is a strategic way. Like it connects the Black Sea and Sea of Marmara, and it is a narrow strait. It is internationally significant waterway which is located on the northwestern Turkey, and it forms part of the continental boundary between Europe and Asia, and it divides Turkey by separating Anatolia from Thrace. So this is the world's narrowest strait used for international navigation. These are the major details about Bosphorus Strait. So please do keep this in mind. All these straits and the countries surrounding the water bodies or seas, all these are really important for your prelims. And this Bosphorus Strait, it forms a part of the continental boundary between Europe and Asia, right? Now we'll see the PQRS question. The question is, the major objective of the 12th five-year plan is A. Inclusive growth and poverty reduction. B. Inclusive and sustainable growth. C. Sustainable and inclusive growth to reduce employment. D. Faster, sustainable and more inclusive growth. So this is a very factual question and all the options seem very much similar. So talking about 12th five-year plan, it was from the period of 2012 to 2017, and this was India's last five-year plan. The Planning Commission was launched in 1951 with the Prime Minister as ex officio chairman, and this Planning Commission, this body, was replaced by Niti Aayog in 2014, right? So now the works of Planning Commission are taken up by Niti Aayog, and this question is specifically about the 12th five-year plan, and the major objective of 12th five-year plan is faster, sustainable and more inclusive growth. The option is D. This seems to be more close to the objective of 12th five-year plan. It is faster, sustainable and more inclusive growth. So this was a question from 2012 prelims, and it was 12th five-year plan started from 2012 to 17. So might be due to that, and that's D is the right option for the question. So with this, we wind up today's session, and you can download the daily current affairs material from the description below. Thank you for watching.